Before I met Jesus Christ, before I gave my heart to Him, I was involved in all sorts of just worldly cares and just things that, would keep you busy for the day. But when you would get home, you would have no peace about yourself, no direction. It was just always trying to move up the ladder, and come up higher as far as like having respect amongst other people. And it was just a never-ending circle. I would get in trouble. I shouldn't be alive. I should not be here. It's just by the grace of God that I am. My life has done 180. It is completely the other opposite way. When you see the role of health and salvation, health reform in the plan of salvation, it will change you. Practically every aspect of my life has changed because there are simple things that God has given us to do that can help us achieve optimal health. I believe that health is so crucial to living a spiritual life. God called me into full-time ministry around March of 2013, and He called me to a little training school in Tennessee, and it's called MEET Ministry. MEET stands for Missionary Education Evangelistic Training Ministry, and it's really a multifaceted ministry. There's many things. There's a training school, which I took a part in. There's organic farming, a lifestyle center where we teach people how to do some healthier things that can help their physical, mental, and spiritual health. And but I've been trained to be a full-time gospel medical missionary, and the reason for this occupation is to win souls to Christ, and that is the ultimate goal. It's not money, it's not achievement, it's not power, it's the heavenly kingdom. Well, while at MEET Ministry training, each student has an opportunity to work in the Lifestyle Center. And when I had my opportunity, we had no male health guests. So we were actually working with each other, doing therapies with each other. So we were eating very clean. We were eating totally raw. We were doing several different therapies, from fever baths to steam baths, salt glows, inner baths, and so we really we were cleansed. Our connection with God was very close. And after church, we had intended to go and do surveys, and so I was completely cleansed. And it was actually someone's birthday, and they had some cake and some other things, some sweets, and I hadn't been eating like that. And like I said, we had done a thorough cleanse, and I actually partook, of some of the cake. And when we went out to knock on doors, I had never felt better in my life this week. I had more energy. I felt like I was stronger than I had ever been. I was energetic. My face was glowing. And when I went to knock on these doors, I could barely carry on a conversation with them at the door. I felt like I was lethargic and dying. I had a hard time walking down the street. So that gave me living proof to why this message is so important. Hydrotherapy is an important part of cleansing the body. And we find that what we call a fever bath is when you get into water that is warm to a certain temperature, and we bring your body temperature up. And it really helps to fight off infections. And actually, afterwards, you would get into a cold shower and then lay down from 30 to 45 minutes. And we find that the pancreas will then begin to release white blood cells that will help to aid the body in recovery. Medical doctors, nurses, people in the allopathic medical field, they go to school and are certified to prescribe certain things. But we are trained to educate people in ways that they can assist their body in healing. For instance, diet. We find that flesh food does not have any fiber. It is very hard to digest, and it actually doesn't even have as much protein as most people think. The equivalent in nuts. The equivalent per gram in nuts is actually much higher in protein. But so I say this to say that we can educate people on how to live a healthier life, and that is what we are. That is what we do. We are educators and consultants. Medical missionary work is a benevolent work. It's a self-sacrificing work in order to serve and help your fellow man reach the kingdom. In other words, you have one hand stretched to heaven and one here on earth. We repair the breach that has been made between the two. And medical missionary work is the gospel of Jesus Christ lived in action, and showing, telling, sharing, living why Jesus came and what He wants to give you and how much He loves you.